you got the blues, like I'm on you, but I'm on my I be voodoo. If you getting money, then you cool. But I don't know you guys. Who you? I do what I do. Mind your business. I'm choking my because I'm twisted. I'ma be a billionaire. Speak into existence. I believe.
How's it going?
All right, AI, let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
Let's get started, man. Let's get started. Hey, whoa, huh?
Poetry in motion, AI.
Keep it going. That's all you. Keep shooting it. Keep shooting it, man. All right, on to the next one. Hey, see you later, man. Hey, hit me up.
All right, AI, let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
Focus! Hey, keep the ball, huh? Good shot! Shot! And the foul!
Poetry in motion, AI. Let's go! All right, that's good, AI. Save some of that for the game.
Hey, see you later, man.
Hey, all right, AI. I see you want to work on finishing at the hoop. Let's get started.
Focus! Hey, keep the ball, huh? Give me that!
Okay, guys, get back to work.
Next time, man. Next time.
All right, AI, let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
Turn it up! Turn it up! Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Catch raise!
Poetry in motion, AI.
That's all you. Keep shooting it. That's all day.
One more, one more.
And the foul.
Hop to it. This is where it counts. Hey, man.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, and welcome. This is Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A number of storylines emerging as the season gets into full swing. We'll watch the Charlotte Hornets in this one as they go up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. For the Timberwolves, it's been a difficult part of the season.
Have a great game, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we wish to remind you that any spectator interrupting gameplay or entering a court will be ejected and are subject to arrest. If you're still looking for tickets to any upcoming movie games, visit the ticket booth or on our website for availability.
We're at the Spectrum Center here in downtown Charlotte. And the Charlotte crowd is on their feet, bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And we're pleased to have on the sidelines tonight, David Aldridge.
Well, we're about to see what the buzz around the league is all about here. Is it going to be just hype or will it be reality? We will find out here soon enough, along with the fans in this arena and the people watching at home.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Formerly out there with Dario Saric. Then there's Teague. Then it's Robert Covington. Well, we're right around the halfway point of the season, Doris. This is often when we see the better teams really begin to shift gears and surge ahead.
Yeah, we certainly have a better feel for who the contenders might be. We still have a long way to go, obviously, and teams will have some lulls and then some high points, and you've got to be able to weather all of those things. But the reality is we have a greater understanding of who has the necessary offensive and defensive components to compete at a championship level.
Here's Saric. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Five on the clock. To the middle. A nice shot by Teague.
Well, I'll tell you what, impeccable work from Jeff Teague inside, showing great patience down in the lane.
Walker the pass to Brown. Shoots over Covington, and it's Brown missing.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to give your offense a chance, and that possession didn't do it.
Not at all, Greg. I mean, no reason for him to be taking these kinds of shots. He has only himself to blame.
And Kid Gilchrist throws it down.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Teague against Walker. Teague feeling it out a bit. Saric outside. Covington in the corner. Shoots over Brown. Covington's shot is off.
Now that's where they want to go with the ball. They can tolerate a few misses as long as he gets his touches inside.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
From 20 feet out, and that one hits back iron. For Charlotte, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Over in the corner, Brown. And he's good on the 3 ball. Brown's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And this, the debut for AI and his new team. Even though he is a very talented player, there's always a bit of nerves when you join a new team midway through the season.
And I'm sure the past few days have just been a whirlwind, Greg, for AI. But I know that he's going to put everything out of his head and just focus on starting things off right.
Boy, you have got to love the dime, the pass on time and on target.
And Doris, the Wolves, a lot of promise, but how do they deliver?
I think Tom Thibodeau says it best, Kevin. It's the little things. The magic is actually in the work you put in every day. No shortcuts, no easy way out. There's a price to be paid for winning in the NBA.
Here's Teague after the made shot from Brown. Now here's Covington. 9-point game his last outing.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
And Kid Gilchrist gets it to go in.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
And that's not the type of defense you want to play, right? You've got to make it more difficult than that. Layups are too easy.
Outside Teague. Covington wide open. He fires. No good on the triple.
Well, it's been an up and down quarter for him on the offensive end. Mostly down, though.
Timberwolves trail by 5. Pass to Teague. He's off on that one, and Charlotte will go the other way with it. Last game matched up with the Magic. Tough loss there.
And offensively, that night, it seemed like anytime they took one step forward, they'd end up taking 2 steps back.
It didn't seem, Greg, like they ever got any rhythm on the offensive end. They were in a hurry to get their shots off. Really difficult to win that way.
Some changes for Charlotte. Henson's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Tyler Cavanaugh comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And Monks subbed in for Jeremy Lamb. Hornets leading by 5. Brown wide open. He fires. And once again off the mark by Charlotte.
As long as they can hang on to this lead, he won't have to answer for what's been an off night for him.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. And Wright kicks to Plumlee. Jones looking for an opening. They could use a bucket. It's hauled in by Brown. And stolen by Wiggins. And that does it for the first quarter. It's Charlotte. They're up by 5. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And for those of you just tuned in, so a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist out there with Hernan Gomez. Then there's Brown. Then it's Jeremy Lamb. And it's Walker in at the 1 spot. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Wiggins with it, picked up by Brown. The tray sinks the three-pointer. He has 5.
I tell you, there are players who can get thrown off when they're that wide open, but this guy keeps his cool and doesn't rush it.
And watching Robert Covington and how he plays out there, great 3-and-D guy, the ultimate role player on a team, and he just gels well with his teammates and doesn't force shots.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, the kid in his last game against the Magic was sensational. He had 37 points and played tremendous defense as well, really causing havoc on both ends of the floor. He played a tremendous all-around game. You'd love to see that type of effort. We'll see if he can maintain that kind of energy tonight.
Thanks, David. It was a performance that not many players are capable of.
I know I won't forget it for a while, and you have to think he'll keep it rolling here tonight. When you're that hot, it takes a while to cool down.
I think that's the kind of game that carries over, and he'll have every chance to do it because I've got to believe he's their #1 option.
Here's Saric after the made shot from Brown. Teague can't hit. Wiggins against Walker. Brown outside. From about 19 feet, that one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
I'll tell you, you're not going to find a much more confident basketball player. He always believes the points are going to come.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Saric. Covington trying to break free. And there's Saric on the assist from Covington.
I tell you, coaches love those high percentage looks in the paint.
Brown outside. Passes it to Lamb. Hernan Gomez kicks to Brown. That shot wide open. Brown's got 11 points.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Wiggins right side. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
Well, Jeff Teague knows how to get by and find teammates. That's pretty right there.
Tie game here in Charlotte. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter. We'll see you in a bit. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You got to like what the kid has done in this game.
I mean, he was prolific in that first half. You know it's coming, but it's just so tough to stop.
And this is what he does, right, Greg? He's out there to score the basketball, and throughout that first half, he dominated.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Saric is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Plumlee. Then there's Teague. You know, everyone on the floor needs some level of playmaking skill, Doris. Who are your picks for bigs who can really share the ball? Good passers among the big men.
Yeah, one of my favorite players in the NBA to watch is Nikola Jokic because his vision, his desire to share the basketball, his ability to see not one action ahead, but sometimes 2 actions ahead is really remarkable for a man of his size. You look at somebody like Draymond Green, who is absolutely critical to the success of the Golden State Warriors on the offensive end of the floor. He can take it off the window, he can dribble it in transition, and in full speed make decisions going second by second that are really, really impressive.
Thread passes, do such a great job with the ball. I agree with you.
Yeah.
And the Timberwolves with possession here after the made shot from Brown. Pass to Teague from beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Kidd-Gilchrist has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Brown outside. Makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
They wanted a fast start coming out of the break, and they are now 3 for 3.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. You got to like what the kid has done in this game.
Well, he has got to be the only thing they're discussing in this huddle because the approach they've used on him has been a disaster. Changes need to be made. I don't know if it's a double team, switching matchups, but something's got to be done.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. John Henson's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Tyler Cavanaugh comes in for Kidd-Gilchrist. Monk's checked in for Jeremy Lamb. And Tony Parker is subbed in for Walker. Hornets leading by 4. Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys? And they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
Now here's Brown. He's got 18. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And high-quality numbers for him all season long. How about 81 from the line?
And he can't hit the second.
You know, missed that one, but still a really good start coming off the break. 3 for 4 now.
And, Greg, what's not to like about Taj Gibson?
I mean, he's a hard worker defensively, finishes well inside, he's got the mid-range shooting touch. But what I like most, really, his unselfishness. He started, came off the bench, no complaints. This is a guy that just wants to win.
Now here's Wright, following the miss by John Henson. The feed to Green. Makes it off the glass. Green's got his first bucket of the night.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Here's Kavanaugh. The 7-footer falls. Kavanaugh's got the lead up to 5 now for Charlotte.
I'll tell you, this guy does some tough work on the glass. Battles as hard as anybody for those second chance opportunities.
Green inside. He's covered by Brown. And Henson sends it back. Brown against Green. And the foul called on Tyus Jones. That's foul number 2 for him. And some changes here for the Hornets. Biyombo checks in for Tyler Kavanaugh. And it's Bridges in for Monk. And a change for the Timberwolves. Wiggins is checked in. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And here's a look at some numbers for Plumlee. Really been a key contributor over the past month. He's around 10 points per game, 10 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And he does the heavy lifting on the glass, throwing himself into the rebounding battle with just complete effort.
Well, you get the feeling he believes every rebound should be his, and most of them are. This guy is putting up tremendous numbers.
Henson hits them both. Here's Jones. He kicks to Gibson. Six to shoot. Jones for 3. And Henson pulls it down. Henson's got his 5th rebound in this one.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Wright finds Jones. And Henson pulls it down.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game. Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
You can tell they've got their foot on the gas pedal right now. No slowing down. The defense starting to look helpless.
Now here's Wright. 5 points in the game. Higgins outside. That's tipped. Brown fires. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Jones kicks to Wiggins. Back to Jones. Just 4 to shoot. Can they get it? 2 points. That one goes. Jones has got his 2nd bucket. "12 seconds left in the 3rd. Parker looking around. Brown outside. And no good that time. And here at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Hornets lead by 10. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Kemba Walker is out there with Jeremy Lamb. Then it's Bridges. And there's Bismack Biyombo. And it's Brown in at the 3 slot. Here's Walker following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. Walker the pass to Brown. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 3 assists tonight.
They're giving him a little too much space out there. That's his third triple since halftime.
Now here's Gibson. Back to Teague. Shoots from 12. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead. Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
With college basketball expanding the three-point arc out to FIBA range, Doris, does that set the table, you think, for the NBA to move its arc, their three-point shooting line, out as well?
I think one of the things that I would like to see, Kevin, is a more unified game across countries, right? We've talked about the NBA and basketball in particular becoming a more global game. I think one thing that I'd really love to see at the lower levels of basketball in the formative stages is young players have to play with a shot clock. Because what that forces those players to do is be 3-tool players. Under duress of a shot clock, you better be able to put the ball on the deck, make a pass, or take a shot. So I think the more we can normalize a set of international rules, the better basketball is going to be long term.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, let's summarize what Tom Thibodeau went over with his guys during the break. He said, do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
Thank you, David. And so it's Lamb with it. He brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Brown, and then Brown with the dunk.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
There's no doubt. They're making all the right moves. Their chemistry tonight has been phenomenal.
And the Timberwolves with possession here, following the bucket by the Hornets. Here's Teague, and a little luck that time, but it drops.
Well, this is where Jeff Teague likes to operate. Get by initially and get into that mid-range. That's nicely done.
And the Hornets call time here. Guys, Jeremy Lamb, 2 years at UConn, drafted by the Thunder, but he's come into his own with the Hornets.
Yeah, and what some exec call the second draft, finding young players who, for whatever reason, haven't been able to make an impact with their first team, sometimes that change of scenery and ability to mature can do wonders for a player.
Minnesota making a switch here. Plumlee's checked in.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Teague dishes to Covington. There's the pass to Šarić, and slam dunk by Šarić.
A huge mistake, letting him establish that kind of position down low.
That's going in every time. Shocking that they let him get so comfortable down there.
Now here's Lamb. It's good.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Timberwolves trail by 15. Teague kicks to Šarić. He dishes it to Covington. Šarić passes to Teague. Got a piece of it.
Oh, Kevin, that is a terrific effort by Willie, doing his best to become a better rim protector.
Brown outside. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Šarić outside. Pass to Teague. Pass to Covington. Three-pointer. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 3 assists in the game.
Boy, the D just not quite close enough to prevent that three. I mean, you can't give him that kind of space.
Now here's Brown. Count it. Brown's got 11 points in the quarter.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
Teague against Walker. Teague finds Sharch. 1:05 left in the fourth quarter. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Boy, that's a tough miss. Does well to get himself open and then botches it up.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Hornets.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field goal percentage. They just shot the ball much better than the opponent, and they were getting great looks all game long.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
No doubt they came in very motivated to win this one and finish the season series at a game apiece.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for the kid.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
And now the Timberwolves on the break. Covington dishes to Sharch, and it's blocked, but they recover it. Teague with the ball to the middle, and slam dunk by Sharch.
Well, what patient passing from Jeff Teague. He reads the angle perfectly off the screen and puts it in exactly the right space.
Brown outside, and that one drops.
I'll tell you what, with the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Oh, there's no doubt. This crowd is into it, and it's because of how well their guys have played tonight.
And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Well, thank you, and congrats on the win. You guys did damage from three-point land tonight. Was that on the scouting report coming into the game?
As a team, we had a few different plays we wanted to attack them. One of those ways was getting shots from deep, and it just worked out that I was the guy executing that part of the game plan. So I'm just happy the shots are falling for me, DA. Could have went the other way.
Well, three-pointer is king these days, and you wore the crown well on this evening. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time